Okay, so it's 2:30, so let's get started. Thank you so much to everyone for joining us today for the Cat Maison webinar. I'm joined by Rufus, who's one of the owners of Cat Maison. It looks like he's at Cat Maison, but actually he's in Spain today. Lucky thing, enjoying the good weather, unlike us here in England. So Rufus will be telling you all about Cat Maison, their future plans, any new announcements, and we'll have a Q&A session at the end. So at the very bottom of your screen, there's a Q&A box. If you have any questions, please pop them in there and we will get to those at the end. So thank you so much again for joining us. Over to you, Rufus.
Thank you, Fiona. Thanks everyone for turning up this afternoon, and hopefully we've got some nice, interesting stories and images to share with you. Most of you, I hope, by now know of us, Cat Maison in St. Lucia. We are 15 years old this year, and we believe we've achieved a great deal for a small family-owned and operated property. We've a lot of news to talk to you about this afternoon. We've had a not full extensive refurb program, as we still have a couple of things to finish, but we've done all of the villa suites, junior suites, garden view rooms. We've refurbed the common areas, the reception, the spa, the gym, the restaurants. And we have a very exciting piece of news I'll keep to the end regarding our affiliations. But Cat Maison, and I also have a lot of new photography, which is fairly exciting. So we're located on the northwest of St. Lucia. We're just north of Rodney Bay, which, those of you that know St. Lucia, is where you've got all the restaurants, bars, marina facilities. There's another second great golf course opening within 5 kilometers of us this December. So within a 5-minute drive, you'll have 2 championship golf courses. So loads going on in the area. And we remain a 49-room boutique 5-star chic resort and spa. But what we also now have to offer as well is this private 4-bedroom villa. You can see here in the image on the right-hand side. We have a gorgeous beach at Cat Maison. It is accessed by steps, so one has to know that if clients have mobility issues or lots of small kids, etc. And you can see in the background Pigeon Point, which is Rodney Bay, and where the Sandals Grand is located as a locator.
Rufus, sorry to interrupt you. Are you able to put your presentation on full screen, please?
Oh, sorry.
No problem. Thank you.
Me and technology. Hang on. Is that any better?
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Feel free to jump in for my next technological glitch, please.
You're fine.
Okay, so we'll start on some of the newly refurbed pictures. This is the entrance in the reception area where the concierge is also located, and you walk down through the corridor to the spa. We have just had a series of great fam trips that the team have organised, and we're always keen for the agents and operators to come and visit us. So do please bear that in mind if you've got an option to come to St. Lucia over the next balance of the year. This is the courtyard area, which has been completely refurbed. It was a very quiet adult type area before, but it's now, we're doing service to the day beds. We've got a lot more shade. It's a lot more relaxed sort of area and becoming much more popular. Room shots. Now, we aren't that old, as I say 15, but tastes have changed hugely in the 15 years. So we've put and we've worked with a very well-known firm out of Miami, IDC, International Design Concepts, to come up with these patterns and colors and styles, along with my wife, who's also the interior designer for us. So it's a good collaborative family project. There are a lot more packages that some of you may not be aware of as well. One of the questions we get asked regularly is, how does one get to the hotel from the airport in the south, which is of course the international airport? And the best way, we believe, is via helicopter. So we have a suite and fly option, where if clients book a certain villa room or above and stays for a minimum of 5 nights, we include heli transfers. St. Lucia is, as we know, very well served from the UK, not so much in the summer. Virgin come back in December. At the moment is pretty much just British Airways. So you can see a different style and concept to the rooms, but obviously still emphasizing these views. Of the 49 rooms, 22 have these private pools. On the ground floor, the private pools on the same level as the bedrooms, living, dining areas, and then upstairs you have the private pools on these roof terraces. And what we've done up here is we've created a lot more privacy with planting. We've put up day beds, a lot more shade, and we're using this space for private cocktail functions, dining, and really, you know, just being more clever with the space. The other area we excel at Cat Maison is the food. And actually, I'll tell you now, we're in this part of the presentation. One of our most exciting bits of news is we've been accepted into the Relais Chateau program. We were with Preferred, so we are hopefully connected to a lot of the operators that are on the presentation today. So hopefully the process should be as seamless as possible to transfer over to Relais Chateau. But we feel that we are more of a fit with them in terms of service, cuisine, you know, small independent hotels with personality. The Cliff at Cat and the Naked Fisherman are our two restaurants. They both have their own independent character, their own websites, their own following. And one area that we really are using a lot more these days is Rock Maison, which you can see here in the front of the screen. This is, we believe, the only champagne zip line in the maybe the world, certainly the Caribbean, that's connected to the bar, and we send down baskets of champagne. It's a very romantic, special spot. Great for honeymoons, anniversaries, special occasions, but we also do breakfasts here and lunches, subject to weather, somewhat warm. The Cliff at Cat has been completely refurbed. For those of you that have been there before, you'll see how different this image is. The view has been greatly improved. A lot of the balustrades and have come down, and we used to have an awning at the front. That's gone. The roof has been raised and lifted, so every table has these views now. Cuisine still is as superb as ever, and this is the restaurant that we have that's open for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. We're doing a lot of more in-suite dining experiences, certainly on the roof terraces, but also religious menus, dietary menus. Great space, very romantic. We are in St. Lucia very known for couples business, romance, travel, anniversaries, and at Cat Maison it's very similar. It's a very adult style concept. However, with the villa, with the 4-bedroom villa, with all of the water sports and the you know, location with all the facilities, we do work well with families at certain times of the year. This is very, very different as well. The Cliff Bar. The bar used to be somewhere guests went to really before or after dinner and didn't really hang out. So we wanted to create a more warm, private zone where guests it would be a destination bar in its own right. And we believe we've made it work. We've got much lower ceilings. It's much cozier. There's beautiful tile at the bar. And it's Rock Maison from above. Really a great experience. We have a new hotel app, which once a client is confirmed, we will send the code to you. You can either become the concierge and pre-book Rock Maison, pre-book spa treatments, excursions, any sort of in-room villa, food and beverage before arrival, or you can pass it on to the client and they can pre-book it for themselves. We find a lot of our agent partners do like to add that sort of concierge service to their clients. So that's another new facility we offer. The Naked Fisherman is greatly expanded. This is a view from our where we have our swing chair looking back across. You can see the day beds have grown right across from the restaurant. And in fact, even since this picture was taken, we've got a big new sail type canvas above the dining area. So it's sheltered from the sun as well as the rain. We don't do motorized water sports here. It's very quiet, very peaceful. As I say, both restaurants have their own outdoor and independent sort of fan base, but we do keep the best times and the best tables for guests. And it is also available to be booked on the app. Lastly, to wrap, what also makes St. Lucia different as well as us are our unique experiences on island. It's a beautifully green tropical island. We've got loads of soft adventure, hiking, mountain biking, great whale watching, scuba diving, deep sea fishing, so lots to do. We have our own walk-in wine cellar that cases for up to 12, very popular for small food and wine pairings, wine and cheese. We age and cask our own rum, brew our own beer. So loads of small, independent, very unique experiences. Two of the most, we have something like up to 140 we can offer guests. Two of the most popular are where the chef will go down with guests to the fish market, to the fruit and veg market, buy with the guests, depending on what's on the menu that night, and really make it a very immersive experience. And then the most popular is one called Eat Like a Local, where our bar manager will take guests and groups back to her mum's place in the local village, and they will cook what the husband's caught. He's a fisherman. They've got, St. Lucia's been farmed to fork long before it became vogue. It's all organic. It's all locally sourced. So it's a really great popular excursion. We you can't quite see it from this picture, but just to the right of the picture is a new 2-acre site that we're in the process of buying. So some other very exciting news we hope to sort of confirm in the next few months is that we're going to be building another 12 suites, plus also a small restaurant, bar, dining area. We're not sure exactly what the concept's going to be, but we think it will be adult only and will probably be very high-end, all-inclusive. But that's very exciting, and we will be able to let you have details of that shortly. I hope that was interesting and you took some new points away from that. And I will hand you back to Fiona.
That was great. Thank you so much, Rufus. So if you have any questions, guys, please do pop them into the Q&A box at the bottom. I can see Alice has put one in, a question in here now. How is availability looking in November and onwards, Rufus?
Well, yeah, good question, Alice. So Christmas is always difficult because a lot of people book for the following Christmas before they actually leave. So that all of festive, it's tricky to get rooms. November through to mid-December is looking pretty good. We do sort of have a bit of a bump in November for festive, for Thanksgiving from Americans. But no, we do have some good availability, Alice, and please do reach out.
Brilliant, thank you so much. Sophie says, really beautiful property, congrats on joining Relais Chateau. That's great, thank you.
Thank you, Sophie, lovely.
Layla has asked, what is the best time to visit St. Lucia?
So the weather in terms of temperature never really changes. What changes is humidity and potential rainfall. So the best time really is dry season, which officially is 1st of December through to 1st of June. I think March, April, May are personally the best because you've got a combination of still great weather, but the flight prices aren't insane as long as you avoid Easter. And you don't have the pressure on the local restaurants and tables, so you can generally eat wherever you want, when you want, and it just seems to be a more pleasant time. The most popular time is obviously festive through to February.
Great, thank you. Anna has asked, how do you get down to Rock Maison? Are there a lot of steps?
I would probably say it is a lot of steps. It takes about, I don't know, 50 or 60 steps. And if you've got mobility issues, it really wouldn't be that advisable because your reality is you're probably going to drink a lot of champagne down there as well. So getting back up, there are steps as well. I don't know. Depends what you mean by a lot. There are steps to access it for sure.
Great. Liz Clark has said, visiting here in November for 3 nights. Been here before with the St. Lucian Tourist Board and can't wait to come back. You know, it is a really special property, Liz. I'm sure you're going to have a fantastic time there. So do you
look forward to having you, Liz.
Do you offer weddings, Rufus, at Cat Maison?
We do, yeah, we do. And once a wedding gets to a certain size, I believe it's 30 rooms, we do a buyout. So that we don't do loads and loads of weddings, and the ones we do tend to be very detailed, very special, exclusive events. There's loads of different great areas. So the day before, for example, can be a private beach party. There can be just the bridal party down in Rock Maison on the night before, and the wedding itself. We've got a full wedding package. I'm happy to share with Fiona the details with the requirements, and it works very well right through to spa treatments, the spa for golf for the bridegroom's mates. Typically, you know, it can be a very personalized, special experience.
Fantastic. And is there a lot to do in the local area at Cat Maison?
Yes, at Rodney Bay, I would say, which is a sort of a 10 to 15-minute drive from us, I would say there's up to 30 different restaurants, from really good high-end, you know, right down through to fast food takeaways. But there's also a lot of marina facilities. So if you wanted to go scuba diving, there's good options there. If you wanted to go deep sea fishing, there's, as I mentioned, the 2 golf courses very close by. There's even a casino in Rodney Bay. There's duty-free shopping. You don't really need to go further than Rodney Bay, although obviously if you wanted to go to the Pitons or if you wanted to do something in the rainforest, then that is further down the coast. Always better to get around St. Lucia by boat. So once you get to Rodney Bay, getting a transfer there to the other spots up and down the coast is the way forward.
Fantastic. A question from Amy. Can you snorkel from the beach? Is there much to see? If clients want to dive, is there somewhere nearby where this can be arranged?
Yeah, great question. So we have 2 reefs from the beach, to the left and right. So you certainly can snorkel from the beach. It's quite shallow. So it's good more for beginner snorkelers rather than if you wanted more sort of challenging stuff. But there's great fish life, lots of turtles, lots of rays, lots of squid we have for some reason. There's a huge amount of sea life rather than more live reefs. But yeah, you can certainly snorkel off the beach. The best diving in St. Lucia is in the southwest. So the dive companies that operate out of Rodney Bay can offer local spots, and again, better for beginners. But really, if you want to get down to the world-class scuba diving, that's probably a 30-minute boat transfer to the south. Our concierge can arrange that and can get very specific as to the type of dives our guests require as well.
Perfect. The snorkeling when I was there was really good, and the diving as well was quite spectacular. Cool. I've got a question from Anna. The new refurbishment looks amazing. What have you still got left to do?
So this summer we are closing for September, and we're doing the kitchens. And then next, so the two things that will remain are kitchens, bathrooms. We are doing some work in the bathrooms to improve the lighting and some of the bath and shower fittings, etc. this summer. But full bathrooms is next year. So the kitchen, the bathrooms remain. Kitchen this summer, bathrooms next summer.
Perfect. And an anonymous attendee has asked, can I confirm the board basis, please?
Yep. So all rates include breakfast. Well, no, that's not quite true. We do have a villa option in the summer as well. So if someone just wanted to take a villa booking, then there's no board basis, but we can pre-stock the villa with any sort of requirements before they arrive. But typically on a room basis, all rates include breakfast. We do have an MAP where it can be either lunch or dinner that's included. And we also have a fully all-inclusive option called Cap It All. And that really is the best value because it's top branded drinks included and nice wines and very few items on the menu where there is a surcharge.
I would strongly recommend the all-inclusive package, but the incorporated rates, I believe, do include half board as standard, apart from obviously in the villas. So that's really good value there. Cheryl has asked, can guests get special rates for the golf courses if staying at Cap Maison?
So with the existing golf course, which is being bought and is now controlled by Sandals, unfortunately not. We can offer a free shuttle service, but our guests, the only guests that really get special rates there are Sandals guests. I mean, we can arrange good tea times and get our guests on, but no, not specifically. The new course, however, is different. The new course are very close to us. It's called Cabot Links, and it will be one of the top 10 courses in the world. They already have one of those in Nova Scotia in Canada, and it is truly jaw-dropping, this course. Now, having said that they're going to get discounted rates, the rates are still pretty high, but you're playing on a world-class course as opposed to a good Caribbean Championship course. So once a client is a serious golfer, they will definitely be wanting to play at Cabot's at least once.
I've heard really good things about the course, so that's really good. Great. And Yasmin has asked, do you still have your boat?
So Yasmin obviously knows us from before. No, Adam and I moved it to Antigua. I'm so sorry. We do have options to hire and make suggestions for other boat charters, but we took Cap Maison one up to selfishly took it up to Antigua. Sorry.
Oh, that's a shame. Okay, I have a question here from Ashley. When do you anticipate the new adults only area to be available? Is there an adults only area on its way?
That's the 2 acres that we're looking to buy next to us, which is currently called Sea Pearl. So we're looking to close on the purchase this summer. Then we would break ground next summer, get all of the heavy works done, I would say winter 2025. That's what our target is. That's
very exciting. We're looking forward to hearing more about that. Great. And as Cheryl said, thank you very much, Rufus. I think we can all agree it's been a really great presentation. We've all learned something there. And a beautiful property.
Thank you, Cheryl. Very kind.
I think one of the key things to remember about Cap Maison is the amazing feel that surrounds the property when you're there. So it's really lovely to have a sort of homey, relaxed atmosphere, but with really fantastic, friendly service as well. So if there's no more questions, thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today. I will send a recording of this presentation around to everyone who's registered just after the presentation and a follow-up as well. But if you have any questions, feel free to drop me a line. It's sales@van-isaaca.com. And again, thank you so much. And hopefully we'll see you all at the next webinars this week.
Great. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks.
And thanks, Fiona.
No problem. Thanks, Rufus. Bye.